No Puffy is smart enough, and he probably done already cleaned his houses. But sexual predators, what do they do? And we'd be like, damn, why?
Even after years of her passing away, Kim Porter still lives fresh in all of our memories as the mistress who died at the hands of Sean Diddy Combs.
There was story that he was trying to get Chris Brown. There's stories about, those young boys that he had, a group B5 or something like that, trying to get them. Yo, it's a lot of stories that goes around in this industry about not just him, other people. Jimmy Iovine. Ain't nobody talking about Jimmy Iovine. He got sex charges and everything on him. But he got those publicists that's keeping it out off of CNN. It's keeping it off the major news reports. Nobody's talking about that.
Diddy has recently started to panic, and honestly, it makes sense. 50 Cent is wasting no time in bringing the king of horror in Hollywood down, starting closely at Kim Porter, Diddy's alleged ex-mistress. And yes, Sean Diddy Combs killed the girl. Here's everything you need to know. Everything began when a user stirred up a new rumor about Cassie's ongoing lawsuit against Diddy on TikTok, causing the platform to go up. In case you missed it, Cassie and Diddy have been involved in a court dispute over allegations of abuse and sex trafficking throughout their more than 10-year relationship. And further bombshells were dropped right when fans thought things were quieting down.
So allegedly, Cassie has turned over evidence to the feds. Yes, to the feds. She has turned over videotapes, a USB drive, and Kim Porter's burner phone.
In a long video posted to YouTube, a claimed tip states that Cassie gave the police Kim Porter's burner phone and a USB drive that had unique audio and video footage of Diddy's alleged sex parties. According to reports, some big names in the business attended these gatherings. Naturally, it appears that Cassie offered this proof to support her lawsuit against the record producer.
She claims that, she hid out at a friend house in Florida after, Diddy put hands on her. And she said that she was tracked down by a guy named James Cruz, the president of Bad Boy Management. You know anything about that?
James Cruz and Hard Pierre always been Diddy's flunkies, especially Hard Pierre. That's why he's being sued right now, too.
But this is where it becomes even more fascinating. A shocking revelation is made in an insider email to Tough News TV, linking 66-year-old Bishop T.D. Jakes to Diddy's extramarital escapades.
If Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons: money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties. Money and I hope it was for money.
Charitable contribution.
I hope it was for money, because arguing about who's going to put the strap on is...
The email claims that Jake's involvement in sexual activities at Diddy's events has been verified by several male escorts. There are rumors of a lawsuit being filed against Jake by someone who says he was just 16 years old when the incident happened. The email goes on to describe an unsettling event in which the victim was purportedly forced into a precarious scenario with Bishop T.D. Jakes. The family apparently left Jake's megachurch, the Potter's House, in 2015 because they were unable to disclose the incident due to hustling money.
That whole party was weirdoed out. Yeah, and it was Jada Pickett, but...
You saying the whole party was weird. What did you see at the party that made it weird? I'm confused.
I guess it was Illuminati. It's just weird. I know I wouldn't want to be part of no like that, you know what I'm saying?
Rumors further state that Porter's untimely demise may have been caused by secretive activities, which may have been recorded for a memoir she was penning. In previous interviews, singer Jaguar Wright made insinuations about a possible link between Diddy and Porter's passing.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. They have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was gonna meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you wanna know what they all had in common though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning.
Porter's death could also have resulted from her revealing Diddy's true nature, which at the time was unknown to most people. As she isn't available to provide further details, let's hear from Gene Deal, a person who was close to the now-deceased Kim Porter.
Because when they were in the room and they would go in the room with another couple, right? And I've seen some things happen in the jacuzzi. Like when I'm the only one could go to the room 9 times out of 10. When Puff was the one who, was in the presidential suite, I'm the only one allowed. I gotta watch the door. No one can get into that door. I'm the only one that had the pass key or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you would hear a boom, 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 a thump or whatever the situation is and stuff like that. Yo, what's up? Everything good? And sometimes they would open the door. I'm right there by the door. Sometimes you see things you don't want to see. Bruh, I knew about the plug fetishes because I saw that with my own eyes. I knew about him and Kim being swingers with other people, whether it was another male or another woman or a male and a woman together. I saw that with my own eyes. You gotta realize is that after 2005, I didn't see anything that Puff was doing or what he didn't do. Puff had got addicted to yard. And being addicted to those things bring other drugs on. I seen Puff smoke a cigarette. I never saw him smoke a cigarette. He was on the beach smoking a cigarette on YouTube. Then I seen him, smoking and drinking. I was like, that ain't the Puff I know. Drinking like he was and doing all like that. And so that ain't the Puff that I knew. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta realize he had a certain respect around me because I was his OG from the same gang. You understand? And he knew I was law enforcement. He knew I didn't play certain things. So he ain't gonna do what he do around other people in front of me because he know I'm gonna check him on that.
According to Gene, Diddy has been actively involved in organizing the infamous gay parties that the rich and famous in Hollywood are said to frequent. Diddy seems to be more than just a guest there. He actively seeks out more attendees, turning these get-togethers into an exclusive and covert organization.
But it all started, we was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff and he's in the exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping. Right, he's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, he got to go put it on the counter and, show everybody what he's getting. So as he going, I'm just looking at the places where he picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked quite a few of them down. I'm like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there, and it said plugs. And I was like, hey, yo. I said, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said plugs, and he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When he got I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like, he gave the guy a stack, something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s or nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store.
To dispel any misunderstandings, Gene also says that Diddy had objectives beyond his own. Furthermore, it seems that Diddy has been organizing these events not just for his personal amusement, but also to entice other strongmen to participate in peculiar activities. Deal claims that Diddy invites other people to attend the scandalous gathering, so hiring male prostitutes isn't just for his gratification.
A lot of freaky stuff is going on. You gotta use your mind, what they was doing with those plugs.
Rather than merely naming people, Gene is currently providing them with an intimate glimpse into Diddy's world of freak-offs, Turkish baths, and scandalous parties.
I knew I used to wait outside of Turkish baths for him. You know what they do in the Turkish baths?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. That's where a lot of gay men meet. And they all take hot baths together. To each his own though, bruh. But that's a lot of that these guys get into when they start having certain meetings with certain people, and they meet them at the Turkish bath, and they do their meetings and they meet their people in those type of situations where they're comfortable at. So they don't have to worry about their indiscretions coming out. You mean? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, twice, sometimes 3 times a week, me and the driver be outside. He'll run into the Turkish bath. Got that big ass tub at home, but you wanna go? No, go ahead.
Subsequently, Gene painted a striking portrait of Turkish baths as a typical location for gay men to have covert rendezvous. He suggested that, because of Diddy's organizing skills, these exchanges are more than just hot baths. Rather, they are part of a larger network where people secretly get together for personal activities. For those of you who don't know and need some background, Porter and the hip-hop icon had a tumultuous past that began in 1994. The couple has 3 children together, a 25-year-old son named Christian and twin 16-year-old girls named Delilah Starr and Jesse James. Now, following Cassie's lawsuit, which exposed both the emotional trauma she alleges she experienced and the residual scars from Kim Porter's unexplained death, the erratic nature of their relationship became even more apparent.
Like, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but like, I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside. And I remember like looking in his eyes and I said to him, what did y'all do?
On November 15th, 2019, Kim Porter, 47, went missing at her Toluca Lake residence. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner coroner concluded that lobar pneumonia was the cause of death. Reportedly, she had returned from a trip to Africa a month earlier with no health issues, but in the days before her death, she had developed flu-like symptoms. According to the medical examiner's report, there was no indication of trauma or known history of drug or alcohol addiction.
Him and Kim had got into an incident where she had took a corkscrew and cut his wrist, his right wrist. So I was asked to go over there, and right then I found out that they had an altercation. Kim looked like she was bruised up.
Despite the official conclusions, there continued to be rumors of a more sinister scheme behind Porter's killing. Artist Al B. Shore, Porter's ex, fanned the flames by challenging the official story. He expressed doubt in a since-deleted Instagram post, writing, "I do know very clearly, Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some bull.
That's when you seen things kind of get worse, or you just started seeing things in general?
Well, I wouldn't say worse, because Puff never did things like that around me. He knew I didn't play that. He tried cursing his mother around me, and I checked him on that.
Unfounded rumors surfaced, claiming that Porter was working on a memoir that would reveal personal information about her relationship with Diddy, possibly even claims. Fans' calls to re-examine Kim Porter's death case and allay suspicions of foul play were rekindled by Cassie's lawsuit.
I seen him even tell people on the phone before, like, yo, like he did Wendy Williams. He said it when we was in Cali. When I come back to New York, and that BITCH is on the radio. This is Wendy Williams, the hottest radio host in New York City. When she put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down, and it looked like some gay act that was going on, he got on the phone. He said, let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on the radio station, he's talking to a radio executive. He said the same thing to he said, nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know is gonna do anything with y'all, no business at all.
In the middle of the ongoing calls for the truth behind Porter's case, close friend Kimora Lee Simmons, who paid Porter a visit after her death, mysteriously shared on November 17th on her Instagram story the words, "As you sow, so shall you reap." There were also rumors circulating that Simmons was skeptical about Porter's official cause of death and may have important information regarding the purported tell-all book.
And people could say what they want to say, yo, Diddy would have did this, Diddy would have did that. Nah, he wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I told you this before. When he cursed his mother, I said to him, man, if you curse your mother again, I'm gonna beat the shit out you. He said, well, no, Gene, she always in my business. I said, if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't have no business.
But who knows, right? That's all for today. Do share your thoughts in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon